Hello, everybody. I just want to take a minute and help somebody concerning repeat cycles. I was going to post this, but it was too long to post, so I decided to make a short video of it. In this season, seek God more concerning the cycles that you see keep happening over and over again. The enemy doesn't have any new tricks. He uses the same thing over and over to try to keep you in bondage. But it's up to you to seek God to recognize the same repeat cycles that come to you over and over again. If you stop and take time and think about it, most of them happen at the same time, in the same month, or every 3 6 months. You'll see the same repeat cycles happen in your life. Whether it's a spirit of procrastination, rebellious, or falling back in the same thing. And in this season, the enemy is out to destroy marriages and families like never before. Because he knows that God ordained marriage and family before he even established the church. Just think about it. You have people nowadays that don't want to hear wisdom at all. And anytime something offends them, they want to pretend to be sick or hurt or whatever, because they don't want to hear wisdom. So when the word comes forth and they don't like it, they decide not to come to church because they don't want to hear, because they think the pastor's picking on them. No, your leader is not picking on you, especially if you have a leader. And I thank God for ours, because he stays before God on our behalf. You know, some people may attend a church where nothing but prosperity is being preached, and they like it because they want to stay in bondage. But when you have a leader that is preaching and teaching the gospel uncut, especially concerning things that are happening and going on in the world right now, it's not going to always feel good. Learn to be humble and receive the teachings that are going forth, because it can help you break repeat cycles. Now, if you're a person that likes to control people in every area of their lives, ask God to help you break that cycle and come out of that mindset. You got to have a mindset change by the renewing of your mind. And I say this to married couples. Don't let your family ruin your family. And what that means is, you have your own family. So don't be bound by traditions. Make your own family traditions. And if people get upset, that's okay. You let them. Pray for them and ask God to help them. Because you have people that think that every holiday or every birthday or whatever is supposed to be revolved around them. And it's not. It's okay to choose your own way of doing things without doing what someone else wants you to. And if they get upset because you choose to do what's best for you and your family, then you know that's not of God. It's a control spirit. And instead of arguing and rebelling, rebuttaling with them, walk away in silence and just begin to pray. Ask God to help them. And not just with that, but there's other things in other areas the enemies is attacking people now. If you see at the same time of the year your bills start to fall behind, or things always seem like they're going south, think back and see if it's a cycle. Because most likely it's a cycle. Because we fail to see and realize it's a cycle and ask God to break that chain. Break that cycle off of us. If you know that every August or September, you start to let your bills fall behind for things that you want to do, waiting for income tax season, or, hoping for the next big bonus, a big check, or guaranteed overtime, or whatever, and you decide to do things that you want to do instead of putting your priorities in place, and it happens the same time every year, or even every month, ask God to help you break that cycle. Because there's a storm out over the ocean, and it's moving this away. There's going to be something that's going to hit us, and you need to have yourself in a position where you are prepared for it. You never know what's going to happen. So you need to plan ahead for the things that have been spoken and that are going to come forward. It's good to have faith and trust in God, because that's what He wants. But you have to make sure that you're doing your part. Pay your bills on time. Have a mindset to be in the house of God. Some people have gotten so comfortable with the virtual church, and their church has been open, but they want to live in fear and don't want to come to the house of God. And they don't understand the cycle that they're going through, because if you want to go get your hair done or your nails done, go to the movies, go out to eat, or whatever the case may be, you're going to do that. Rain, snow, sleet, or hail. But when it comes to church, it's too cold. I just got my hair done. I don't want to get out in the rain. It's a cycle. Because people are going to do what they want to do. But in this season, what you choose to do is imperative. If you don't break the cycles, they're going to keep happening until you decide to come up in the mind. Ask God for wisdom to teach you. And break cycles of allowing people to draw you in into their pitter-patter parties, negativity, because that will only vex your spirit. And you got to see and understand, when it's a cycle, that every time they do this the same time, all the time, you're trying to have peace and come up in the mind. You don't have to answer the phone to entertain that negative energy. Let them think what they want to think, because sometimes God had to separate you so that He can try to get that person's attention, or even yours to tell you, I'm changing your season. I'm trying to elevate you. But if you keep letting the same negative energy bring you down, you're not going to be able to hear me to come up. It's time to take a stand, and it is time to break these cycles. They are repeated cycles. Sit down, take time, and think about it. And if you recognize the same thing keeps happening to you at the same time, that means it's a cycle. And it's time to break that chain and come up in the mind. Don't get left behind. Some things have not manifested as far as your blessings concerned, or things you ask God for, because you won't break cycles. If your mom hurt her and then she hurt you, don't hurt your child. Break the cycles. It's time to pray and fast against repeat cycles. Ask God to help you to uproot and cut off all generational curses and cycles that keep happening. Somebody has to take a stand and decide to break the cycles. It's time to break cycles for the future generation. And another thing, no matter how elevated or anointed you feel that someone is in God, sometimes they don't always see everything when they need to see Him, because sometimes God will take their time on elevating them to separate for certain things. You don't have to be a part of everything. If something doesn't sit right in your spirit, maybe the other person hasn't picked up or reached that level yet. But if it don't sit right in your spirit, don't do it. Don't get caught up trying to follow people and you know it's not sitting right in your spirit. Like me, for instance, if it's something don't sit right with me, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to listen to it. I'm not, whatever. Because I heard somebody that I felt because somebody else followed them or whatever that I should. But after hearing with my own ears, you telling me because you wanted to listen to your blues and hang out with these people that you were supposed to go meet them where they at. No, 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 no. You meet people where they at in the spirit realm. Doesn't mean you have to go where they're at and entertain what they're doing to draw them. Your light should show them. Your light should shine so bright that they will come to you and be drawn and wanting to know. That's not what the Bible did not tell you. If you're a crackhead, to go to the crack house to draw people out. No, no. So me, like when I heard that about sometimes you got to go where people at, you know. Yeah, you got to go where they at. Help them come out. The devil is a lie. No. I don't have to go where they at. My light should shine that when they see me, they'll want to know what they need to do. How can they receive that glory? You don't have to entertain what people are doing. And even with your family, you know your family should honor and respect the fact that you're saved and not get mad because you don't want to come to something that they're having where you know they're going to be doing everything that's ungodly. So what if they get mad? Decide to take a stand and be set apart. Break the cycle. People, it is time to break cycles. And that's all I have to say. And in my closing, I bind up any backlash and retaliation that will try to come against what I'm saying. I denounce it now. I overthrow any plan that the enemy has over your life to try to make you hear what's wrong right and what's right wrong. In the name of Jesus.